Hello, my name is Ashley Scher. I am the founder and CEO of ShareLove.Fund. Today we are in week 27 of our RYT200 yoga teacher training. Each week we have a pose of the week, except in review weeks. This week, week 27, our pose of the week is a squat. So this is how I am now. It's a little bit of a regrouping exercise from all the balancing poses we've done over the past 4 weeks. Let us begin by taking a comfortable seated position, and we'll just begin with some centering. If you need to grab some water or grab a blanket or bolster or something to feel more comfortable, please feel free to pause me and take the time that you need. When you feel comfortable, I encourage you to have your palms up. This helps roll the shoulders back. And let's just start to relax a little bit. Unwind from the day. Check in with yourself. If it feels good to you, you can touch your thumb to your pointer finger or middle finger, increasing the mind-body connection. Let's just take a few breaths. I won't comment on when to breathe in or out so that you can find your own natural rhythm. As you breathe, feel free to let your shoulders drop, let your knees drop. Relax the space between your eyebrow, softening your jaw. As you breathe, imagine your body peeling open and out. Your spine feels stacked and supported. Your head is level but not strained. If you don't feel fully relaxed, you can tilt your head to one side or the other and gently do neck clocks. Releasing any tension in your neck, helping the shoulders fall down a little more deeply at each side. Combining the neck clocks with your natural breathing can help you gain a little deeper of a stretch. You can do the neck clocks at your own pace to really elongate the muscles of your neck at each imaginary number on the clock. So for example, this could be 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock. This could be 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then directly forward, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and then 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then 12 o'clock would be all the way back. When you are leaned all the way back, of course, none of this can be construed as medical advice, and please seek the advice of a professional who can actually see you in person. But for generally fit people, you can put your neck back, but that's not medical advice. That's just my opinion. And when you do that, you are stretching your whole throat. And so you can really just enjoy this frontal neck stretch with your head all the way back at 12 o'clock. So let's just experience that. You may even feel the stretch down your clavicle. Gently part your lips. And roll your head forward and to one side. If this is too intense, please feel free to keep moving your neck. But for those of you who seek it, we can get a deep stretch of the muscles connecting the neck to the shoulder. This can help alleviate upper back pressure. Just asking yourself, what am I holding on to? And what if I just let go? Would your head really fall? I'm pretty sure it's connected. So what if we stopped juggling and just let go for a moment? What would that feel like? And you can gently place your head on the other side. You can put a hand on your head to get a little deeper into the stretch, or just let your head fall naturally. A major advantage of yoga is that you can be symmetrical on each side. Gently bring your head up and move it from side to side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. You can rest here for a moment, trying to let go of all tension in your back and hips. Just a total release. If you can walk your hands out a little bit farther and get a little deeper into the stretch, go for it. Again, if you can walk your hands out a little more, then go for it again, because with each 90-second period, our body surrenders and it allows us to get a little bit deeper into the stretch. That is the major advantage of holding these stretches, is that you can get deeper and deeper into the release. When you feel comfortable, you can walk your hands to one side and experience a stretch in the side body. As you get more comfortable, you can be totally vertical, as if your back was against the wall. Reach, 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 and release. Reach, 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 and release. Using your breath to feel that you can get a little deeper into the stretch. And with an inhale, coming to the other side, rainbowing your arms to the other side and feeling the stretch. Reach, 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 and release. Reach, 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 and release. So by week 27, you all know that this is my favorite stretch. That I call it Rainbow Arms because ShareLove.Fund was created to serve incarcerated women, which we do actively. And I love to teach that wherever you are and whatever your situation is, you can always paint a rainbow, even in your custodial facility, by just having rainbow arms. The reason why we became accredited to give all 6 Yoga Alliance accredited teaching degrees, the RYT200, RYT300, RYT500, our CYT, the children's degree, and our PYT, the prenatal degree, and as a YSAP yoga provider, Yoga Alliance continuing education provider. The reason why we got all that paperwork done, and it was a lot, is so we can provide second chances. So we can provide all of our coursework for free to incarcerated women on a tablet program so that they may use their time behind bars productively. So when they come out, they can shift from being a ward of the state to a tax-paying citizen. So with that, we'll conclude the Rainbow Arms by walking our hands forward and doing the side frontal stretch on the opposite side that we did a couple minutes ago. Walking your fingertips out, you can get a little bit deeper into this side stretch. Walking your hands up, inhale, and exhale, bending one elbow, giving it a little tug. Inhale, and exhale on the other hand side, giving your elbow a little tug. Inhale, arms up. You can bend your knees, give yourself a little hug. Cross one foot over the other. Inhale, arms out. Warrior 2 arms. A little bit of an exercise. Palms up to roll the shoulders back so we avoid hunching over. And then on big inhale, we'll sort of slice, bring our arms up and over. And use the back of use your forearm against your thigh to get a deeper twist, stretch. This is how Florida the Fish is, and we'll enjoy a stretch here. Inhale the arms up and stretch on the other side. Coming back to center, you can give yourself another hug and then gently push out the feet, pedaling out the toes, trying to warm them up a little bit. Ankle circles out, ankle circles in. Inhale, arms up, exhale, forward fold. This is our first forward fold of the day, so accept it to be tight, but stay in it so that your body will eventually give up on being tight and you will get the benefit of some expansion. By wrapping your hands around your feet, even if your knees are bent, you are getting the benefit of stretching your arm and underarm and the full backside body as well as your hamstrings. So you're getting a full back body stretch. By holding onto your feet, it doesn't really matter how far your feet go. What matters is that you're lengthening your whole back side. So wherever it is, whatever point you're at, the object of the game is just to expand it a little more. It's not about the final destination, it is about the journey of expansion. Growing a little every day, even when that growth is inside of us. Letting your head fall heavy, letting your whole body drop and sink in to the stretch. You can pedal out the feet a little bit, so like bend one side more than the other, and then this can help you get a little deeper into the stretch. If you don't feel anything doing this, then you can continue symmetrically. If you were pedaling out one side, let's come back to it being symmetrical for a breath, and then you can pedal out the other side. Notice how your two sides feel, if you're tighter on one side than the other. And then bring both legs symmetrical again and feel if you can get a little deeper into the stretch after having isolated each side. Slowly inhale, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae until you are back in a comfortable seated position. But this time, let's sit in cobbler's pose with our feet together. You can give your feet a little self-massage. Try to roll them out and open as if you are reading a book with text written on the soles of your feet. So peekaboo. What does your book tell you? By rolling out the feet, you are expanding the hips and allowing the knees to fall to their comfort level on the mat. We'll just take a few moments to really experiment with giving your feet a little self-massage and allowing your hips to open up like a flower. Through this motion, you can continue to connect with your breath. continue to think about your spine and vertebrae stacking evenly, one on top of another, for a comfortable, elongated position. You can review the neck stretches and see how you feel now that we're a little more warmed up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Walking your hands to one side. And we'll just take a few breaths here. Noticing the difference from the side stretch when you're in cobbler's pose and the side stretch when we were in Sukhasana or easy seat or crisscross applesauce. And here we're really stretching our back. Inhale the arms up and around and gently fall forward on the other side. Really just letting your back drop. Imagine if you weren't holding onto your back, if you had no skeletal system and it was just going to flop on its side. That's the kind of stretch we're thinking about here. By elongating the muscles in our back, we can avoid back tension, and that helps stave off injury. And slowly walk your hands up again. Inhale again. Exhale, forward fold, but this time we want to keep our back straight. So this time it's more about gaining mobility in your hips it's not about whether we're touching the toes or not. It's about coming forward with a straight back. So if you touch your toes, fine, you can use it for leverage. If you are not touching your toes, then if you have a belt or some kind of non-flexible band, you can use that as leverage. You could even use a hoodie, or you don't need any equipment. You can grab a hold of your calves and so forth. To really connect with the idea of having a long spine, first bend your knees, place your belly on your thighs. From here you can grab your feet, and this might be just enough for you. You might feel a stretch along your arms and underarms and even your back. You may even feel a stretch across the lateral muscles in your upper back, and that might be just enough. If you seek more, maybe you want to straighten one leg. If you seek a little more, you can drop an elbow down. This gives you a bit deeper stretch in the backside body, opposite of your straight leg. If you're seeking a little bit deeper of a stretch, you can also have your feet extended. Just remember that what we're really trying to do is stretch where the back connects to the hips, and we're doing that with a straight spine, not a locked spine. You don't want to lock anything to avoid injury, but with a straight spine. So before we stretched with a curved spine, but now we're really just trying to stretch the hips. Even more than the hamstring, we're really just focused on isolating the hips. And so we'll do that with a straight spine. If you feel that you can get a little deeper of a stretch and you're already touching your toes, you can try to put your elbows down and so forth. You can kind of like walk it out, shimmy it out. Trying to get that belly flat on the thighs while keeping the spine straight. And so sometimes walking it out helps with that. And just breathe and find your natural point. And then breathe in, see if you can go a little farther. If you need a little deeper of a stretch, you can have your elbows on the mat. But again, trying to keep that straight spine. So for me, when I put my elbows on my mat, I start to curve my spine. So I'm not there yet. Elbows on my shins is just fine for me. Some people may have straight arms, etc. So what we're trying to focus on here is having a long, straight spine and really trying to do the stretch, not so much in our hamstrings, but in our back, our lower back, by putting the belly on the thighs. If you can't keep your lower back straight doing that, then you can bend your legs so that your belly can be on your thighs with a straight back. You can start in that position and then kind of roll your feet out, keeping your back straight. You can kind of walk it out a little bit to make sure that you really have a forward thrust. You can almost think of it as skiing. So you're not slouched, but you're really going to go down that mountain. We'll stay here a little bit because, as you know, you get the benefits of the stretches by holding the poses. So we're holding this forward fold with a straight spine. When you feel ready, slowly roll up. And we'll continue to stretch our back through some mat work. Exhale, slowly roll back, vertebrae by vertebrae. When you roll back slowly, you're engaging your abdomen and building core strength. Inhale, up and over to your comfort level. You can shimmy your elbows back to support you, and this can further stretch out your back. If you want a deeper stretch, you can bend your knees. And this also helps stretch the back of the neck. You can have your hands straight out in front of you. Slowly coming back to the mat. You can rock yourself up, shimmy back down. Inhale, arms up, exhale, forward fold. And see if that forward fold just got a little bit easier. Now that you really stretched out the back and the back side of the neck. inhale, you can shimmy it out a little bit, pedaling out the feet on one side and pedaling out the feet on the other. Coming up, tuck your toes underneath you, and we'll come to kneeling position. Inhale, arms up. Gently clasp the hands together. You can point your finger up towards the sky and then point to one side and then the other. Coming down to all fours, we'll do some cat-cows to continue keeping that spine warm. When you're in cat-cow, feel free to massage out the spine by rocking back or forward. Again, you can continue the theme of the neck clocks and just really roll it all out. Tucking the belly button in, leaning back. Now at your own pace, using your breath to get a little deeper into your cat-cows. Spinal flexibility is so important, as is core strength. Really, everything we need is in the center. The limbs are just extras, sometimes a distraction. When you feel ready, curl the toes under, push up to down dog. This is our first down dog of the day, so take it easy. You can have your heels up and bend your knees, and again, really focus on a straight spine. So we practice the concept of the straight spine in the seated position, and all that practice was building up to down dog. So in the seated position, we experimented with having the belly against the thighs, just like we are here. When you feel comfortable, you can straighten the legs, and then to the extent it feels comfortable, you can drop your heels to their comfort zone. Do not compromise the back being straight. So if you need to lift the heels up for the back to be straight or bend the knees, go for it. If the knees become straight, the back shouldn't move. If the heels go to the ground, the back shouldn't move. Engage your core, jump up to the front. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Arms up, upward salute. Exhale, arms at your side. Tadasana, mountain pose. For mountain pose, we'll have our feet hip width apart and straight forward. And really imagine yourself holding onto the mat with your feet, as if your feet are hands and they're just grabbing onto the mat. Tighten your legs by rolling them out, tucking in with the glutes, so it's almost like the thighs are rolling out and the glutes are rolling in. Shoulders back. And feel your legs and glutes fully engaged. Zip it up in your core. Engage your core. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed. Head soft, gentle gaze forward. Palms forward to roll your shoulders back. You can really work it in Tadasana. You can fully engage your core, your glutes, your abs, even while you're in the line at the grocery store. You don't need to do anything fancy. You could be waiting on the subway platform, engaging your core in Tadasana. Let's review with a sun salutation. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. This forward fold, let's really build on all the stretches we've done earlier today. by placing our hands under our feet. This also stretches your wrists. We're going to hang out here for a while. If this is uncomfortable for you, please feel free to move through the rest of the sun salutation at your own pace. You can bend one knee and get a little bit deeper of a stretch. Exhale, you can bend the other knee to get the same deep stretch on the other side. Notice the difference in each side. Is one tighter than the other? Are your habits different on one side or the other to lead to that? Inhale, straighten both legs and stretch together. Full back body and hamstring stretch. If you don't feel it in your back body, you can make it more of a bind. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step the left foot back, then the right foot back into plank. From plank, you can do knees, chest, chin. From knees, chest, chin, we swoop up into cobra. From cobra, exhale, back to downward dog. From downward dog, bring your knee into your chest, your left knee, step it through between your hands. Step your right foot to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Inhale all the way up, upward salute. Exhale, Tadasana. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. This time in forward fold, we'll grab hold of opposite elbows and just hang for a minute, just hanging out. If this is uncomfortable, you don't need to spend this amount of time in forward fold. You can just work through the sun salutation at your own pace. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, step the right foot back, and then the left foot back into plank. From plank, knees, chest, chin. Cobra. From cobra, tuck the toes under and push up to down dog. In down dog, we can get a little deeper of a hamstring stretch by pedaling out the feet. So let's try that. Inhale a knee into chest, your right knee, step it through between your hands. Step the other one through, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Arms all the way up, upward salute. Exhale, Tadasana. So that is a review of our Sun Salutation A. Now let's spice up our Sun Salutation A with the poses that we have learned from week 23, 24, 25, and 26. And this week being week 27, where our pose of the week is squat, legs hip width apart, toes out. Slowly come down to the extent it doesn't hurt your knees. You can have your hands in prayer position. You can use your elbows on the inside of your thighs to push your elbows out and to push your legs out to get a hip stretch. While you are in this stretch, you can think about, oops, I'm falling over, so definitely have fun with it. It's a practice, not a perfect. But the idea is that your tailbone will be down in a line and your head will be up. So I can't do it perfectly, but if I did, I'm using my hand to balance. My back would be in a straight line. So I'm leaning a little forward so I don't fall over, but a perfect squat would be totally straight. Boop. So you can experiment with it. The good thing about falling over in a squat is that you don't have very far to fall. So you can experiment with it at your own risk. Okay, so now we are going to do Sun Salutation A with the 4 poses that we learned in the prior 4 weeks. The purpose of spicing up our Sun Salutation A with these 4 poses is a memorization tool. As you may recall, the SHARE method was developed for incarcerated women during COVID, and our program is a program that anybody can become a confident yoga teacher because it is based on kinetic movement and repetition. Even if someone is illiterate, they can pass our Yoga Alliance course. We worked extensively with Yoga Alliance to have a teacher training that doesn't require any tests or quizzes to be accredited. That's why we have 52 lessons. Each lesson either presents a new pose or it is a review week. So we really stack the knowledge week after week, like we stack our vertebrae to have a solid, tall posture. We stack the knowledge week after week so that by the end, there's nothing to memorize and nothing to cram for. The students absolutely know their material because we have talked about it and moved through it repeatedly. So let us review what we did in week 23, which was tree pose. We'll review what we did in week 24, which is dancer pose. Oops. We'll review what we did in week 25, which is, eagle. This arm's week 25. We'll review what we did in week 26, extended hand to foot, and we will review, or we'll learn for the first time what we're doing this week in week 27, which is squat. The way we are going to review that is we are going to add those poses into the Sun Salutation A. We add in up to 9 poses per Sun Salutation sequence because we have found through our tried and tested SHARE method that 9 poses is really the limit, and then it gets a little wonky if we add too many of that. We have 45 signature poses in the share method, and each week, each cycle, I guess, we have a sun salutation which incorporates 9 of the 45 poses. So by the end of 5 cycles, students have known all 45 poses, because 5 sequences with 9 poses each equals 45 poses. 5 times 9 equals 45. So enough math, more movement. Let's get to it. So this is sort of your cumulative review of Series C of Sun Salutation A. It's Spice Up Sun Salutation A. We teach it this way because it helps our incarcerated women and all people just learn the poses. So a great memorization tool is to group things together. So that is what we're doing. But if we gave it to you all at once, it would be a little overwhelming. So we're building on our knowledge of last week and just adding in 1 extra pose. Squat, and then you will have that as well. So let's get to it. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, left leg back. Right leg back, plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Curl the toes under. Down dog. Now down dog is our point of insertion. This is where we spice up our sun salutation. So now we're going to deviate from ordinary sun salutation A. We can walk our hands back, slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. So we're going to just do all the poses on the left side. Tree pose. We'll shimmy our foot across, start with a quad stretch, and exhale into dancer pose. I don't recommend doing this in socks. Okay, so I'll take my socks off and then I won't have an excuse on the other side, but that's okay. We're not into excuses, we are into actually just practicing and doing the work to get the results. Inhale, arms up. Cross your legs and wrap your foot on the other side. If this leg is forward, then that means this arm is under and will come up to eagle arms. When you feel comfortable in it, you can sit in it a little bit. Come up and we'll do extended hand to foot. You can start by giving your leg a hug. And if you're being silly like me, you might want to hold on to a wall. Grab the big toe, and with a big inhale, you can sweep the arm up and the leg out. So inhale and exhale. I'm a little all over the place. Let me try that again. And just have fun with it. It's yoga, it's not so serious. Okay. It's not my day, but that is a good place to start, a place of humility. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, come back down to squat. You can pray that it's all over, all those balancing poses. With an inhale, we can bring the arms up and come back to down dog. This was our point of insertion for the sun salutation A, like it never happened. Inhale, left knee in, step it through, right leg comes to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend, arms all the way up, and exhale, Tadasana. Now let's do that on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, the left leg back, the right leg back. Plank. From plank, knees, chest, chin. From knees, chest, chin, cobra. From cobra, tuck the toes under, push up to down dog. As you recall from the last slide, down dog was our point of insertion, where we add in some key poses as a way to learn them. Inhale, walking the hands back to the feet. Exhale, slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. I'm gonna try this off the mat. Okay, so we'll come up to tree. With all balancing poses, this is a way to quiet the mind, and it helps to look at a fixed object. From tree, you can give yourself a quad stretch and hop it over to one side. When you feel steady, lift the arm up and exhale to dancer pose. From dancer, you can come back to the quad. Bring the leg around like a figure four on hopscotch. Twist it around a little more. I don't know why, I just don't want to do this one today. Or my body does. My brain wants to, but my body doesn't maybe. Okay, this leg is on top, so this arm goes under. And you can kind of sit into it. From here, you can give your leg a hug. And trying to not put my foot down for these 4 balancing poses. So it's a practice, not perfect. Okay, grab the big toe and, okay, I don't think well, who knows? I'll stay positive. Grab the big toe and ta-da! Okay, then from here a squat. So I'm not sure, well, someone might tell me on the replay, but I think I was able to do that on the left side without putting my foot down. But we'll see. Certainly not eloquently, but maybe the goal was accomplished. Okay, so prayer pose. Thank God all those balancing poses are done. Inhale, arms up, back to down dog. This was our point of insertion. Inhale the knee in, step it through to the hands. Have the other foot match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Arms all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. So let's do a brief cool down now that you reviewed all the poses to date. So please take a comfortable seat on the mat. If you want to hydrate, go for it. Slowly roll back vertebrae by vertebrae and give yourself a little hug. You can rock side to side, massaging out your back. From here, you can have your knees fall to one side, extend your arm to the other side, extend your bottom leg straight, have your eyes opposite your knee, and a spinal twist. When you feel ready, you can bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. It's yoga, it's not so serious. Grab a hold of your feet. You can reach your arms around and grab even your heels for a little deeper of a stretch. And this is Happy Baby. Continuing the hamstring work that we did and adding in the hip flexibility. You can rock side to side, massaging your spine a bit. And from here you can rock all the way over, bringing your knees to the other side. Straightening one leg back, having one knee down, extending your opposite arm from your knee, and having a soft gaze or closed eyes over your fingertips that are extended. This will be the spinal stretch on the opposite side. When you're ready, you can bring your knees into your chest again. Give yourself a little hug. Straighten your legs. Inhale the arms up. And you can grab a hold of your feet again, doing a stretch, a whole back side body stretch, your hamstrings, your back, trying to really connect your sacrum with the mat. So like when I touch my toes, my sacrum lifts up a little bit, so just trying to counteract that. I don't recommend leaning forward because this is the end of our practice, and I really like the idea that the neck and upper back is fully supported. So the idea of keeping the sacrum down is sort of like an ideal, but it's less important than having your whole neck and back supported. If it feels better, you can bend your knees as well, or bend one knee and then the other to kind of get a deeper stretch on one side. But we're just really revisiting this hamstring stretch in a supported way to really maximize the benefits of all the length that we got today. so that it lasts. When you feel comfortable, cross your legs like you're having a tea party, grab your ankles, and you can bring your feet out like wings to stretch. You'll feel the stretch on one side of your hip. You can have your arms underneath to get a little deeper of a stretch. When you feel ready, you can give your legs a little hug. Bring them back to center. Cross the legs on the other side, grab a hold of opposite ankles, and you will feel the stretch on the other sort of thigh and glute. When you're ready, you can bring your knees into your chest again. Give yourself another little hug. Reach up, we'll stretch our hamstrings again, bending one knee and really feeling the stretch on one side, trying to keep the sacrum down. We keep revisiting this so that our hamstring lengthening, that work that we did today lasts. Bringing the legs together, you can drop the knee on the other side and get a little deeper stretch on the other side. And bringing both legs together, you can see how it feels. Trying to keep the sacrum down, then trying to reach the toes at the same time. When you feel ready, you can bring your feet down to the width of the mat, shimmy them out. And we are going to windshield wiper our knees back and forth and really loosen up the hips a little bit. So you can windshield wiper 1, 2, 3, and land with your left knee down, putting your right ankle over your left thigh, not actually on the kneecap because you don't want to stress it. But this added weight of your right foot on your left thigh helps stretch the hip. So you can inhale, put your arms up into cactus arms. So you're stretching your upper back and your hip. And also your lower back, because in some ways, depending on how tight your hips are, this might be a little bit of a twist for you as well. Certainly is for me. I have tight hips, but we can be thankful for the tightness that we have. It keeps us from pulling a muscle or dislocating something. So everything has a positive and negative side. It's a balance. Inhale and gently windshield wiper your legs from side to side again. 1, 2, 3. Now we'll rest with the right knee down, placing your left ankle over your right thigh. Hands in cactus arms and stretching out this right hip. Trying to keep the spine connected to the mat. Relaxing the space between your forehead, gently parting your lips. Allow yourself to breathe and sink into it. When you're ready, inhale. Give yourself a little hug again. Gently exhale. And we'll take a short savasana. Your body is straight. Arms can gently come to your side. Your feet can gently roll out, and you can take a few centering breaths here. When you feel ready, you can pull your arms up. Again, gently give yourself a hug, rocking side to side. Let your knees gently fall to one side. And when you feel ready, you can push up to a comfortable seated position. How do you feel? Thank you so much for joining us today. If you are not already enrolled in our RYT200, you can enroll at ShareLove.Fund/train. You can see all of our Yoga Alliance accredited courses. I'm the founder and CEO, and I volunteer my time teaching for free. It is really rewarding, and I encourage anyone who is interested in gaining experience as a yoga teacher to do what I'm doing and teach for a cause. To volunteer to teach for a cause, you can email yoga@sharelove.fund. Have a blessed day. Namaste.